Hey everybody, it's Danielle Lozzi-Ortiz at M. Slaughter Real Estate, and this is another episode of City Chit Chat. Thanks for joining us. I am here with another candidate, first-time candidate for City Councilor at Large for Revere, lifelong resident, Stephen Damiano Jr., who happens to be my neighbor as well. So we live around the corner, so he was graciously enough to join me today. So we'll jump right into it. All right. So I like to start things off really light. I like to just kind of set things at ease and just tell us about yourself and your family and some things that you guys like to do for fun.
Sure thing. Hello, Danielle.
Hello, Stephen. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome.
I'm very happy to be here. So my name's Stephen Damiano Jr. I've lived in Revere my whole life, as you said. I'm a lifelong resident. I have a wife and two children. My wife's name is Jacqueline. She's also a lifetime resident. And my two children, Stephen and Jack.
Stephen the third.
Stephen the third. That's right. I am junior. He's the third.
We love those. We love those.
Yeah, it's quite a few of them around lately, huh? We live in our fourth generation family house.
Very nice.
Around the corner from where I grew up, from where you and I used to live.
You've lived in that corner, that house on the corner?
So I lived on...
You live now in one corner, you were living in another corner.
That's right. Went to the other corner on the same block.
Yep.
It was my grandparents' house.
Very nice.
We bought it from my family last year. So now we own it. And it's staying in the family, and it's never leaving the family. Until my kids decide what they want to do in the future. So yeah, family life, it's great. I love to take care of that house. I love to garden my flowers. I have a little vegetable garden in the back.
Nice.
I need to paint some of the wood. It's a little old, but I really enjoy working on the house. So.
Fantastic. What do you guys like to do for fun?
Me and the family?
Sure.
Okay. We do a lot of nature stuff. So we'll take like nature hikes sometimes. Even if we just take it, especially in the fall. Now Stephen's only 3, so he's only seen the leaves a couple of times. But we love to we just drive to New Hampshire sometimes. We just go, we leaf peep, we apple pick. Sometimes we'll visit a farm. My kids both love animals, so we'll even go to like Brooksby Farms.
Nice.
And PBD. Anything outside. We love to be outside. We'll go to the parks in the city. We don't call them by their names. We call them by the colors of the slides. Because it's easy to remember. Okay. So we have purple park, orange park, blue park.
There you go.
Okay, so, but they're all great. So we love to try to go to at least one park a week.
Nice.
Get some exercise. Let them blow off some steam.
Absolutely.
Everybody wins.
Absolutely. So being a lifelong resident of the town or city of Revere, what do you love most about your neighborhood and / Revere?
So I'm going to take that as a two-parter. Because what I love about my neighborhood is many of the homes are generational. There's a lot of families there that either have been there or live near their relatives or with their relatives. I myself lived with my grandparents, or my grandmother, I should say, helped take care of her when she was sick. And it's nice to still see that families are still together. Yeah. And that's really kind of special. And it's really easy to sort of drift when everybody has their own agenda, but to see so many families sort of sticking to the program, it's really nice. My neighbor diagonal from me is in a 3rd generation family house. My neighbor is behind me. They're in a 2nd generation family house. So it's just, that's what I love about my neighborhood. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody knows everybody knows. But I mean, you walk around.
I walk around.
You know how it is.
I'm getting to learn everybody because I just moved back to the city and to our neighborhood. So, and I like to hear the kids playing on the streets, which a lot of neighborhoods don't have that.
We still have it up there, luckily. And there's always, it's peaks and valleys, right? The kids get older, and then new families move in. They have babies like us. We have babies. Yeah. My kids aren't in the street yet, playing and riding their bikes.
No, but you're out with the other neighbors with their kids at the same age, which is fantastic to see because
it's great that we have a good group of people the same age and we walk together, we play together, play dates and all that. So And it's right around the corner.
I know.
How do you beat that?
I know.
It takes you longer to make the plans on the phone than it does to actually arrive.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah.
And what about the city? What do you love about the city?
What I love about the city is that it's so accessible. You got. Well, I miss the movie theater.
I know.
I miss the movie theater.
It's so sad.
It is.
You had to leave.
It is. They can still put one there.
I know. Wow.
Maybe.
Maybe. Millions of dollars that's been spent on the building there now.
It did need a renovation anyway.
Yeah.
So. And we'll have to see what the future holds for that.
Amazon movie theater. But other than that, so.
So you 10 minutes from the beach, 10 minutes from the highway. You have pretty much everything you need in the city. We have multiple supermarkets. We have a Target. There's just lots to do in the scope that you don't have to leave to get your errands done.
Right.
And if you do have to leave the city, you don't usually have to go too far to get something done.
Yeah.
We have all kinds of great stuff going on internally. So how could you beat that? People come to Revere. We live in Revere.
Right.
So we don't have to go anywhere.
Right. Yeah. It's definitely accessible, major highways, all that stuff. But I think that now with the Suffolk Downs project too, where we have music venue, we have a music venue. Who would have thought?
It's gonna be huge.
Right. We had two. What was it? Right before? Was it in June? We had the 2 shows in June and went off without a hitch. Was really great.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all. We're getting tourism. That's tourism.
Right.
Okay. And what does tourism bring? Tourism brings to people in. Hey, I kind of like this city.
Yeah.
You want to buy a house here?
Yeah.
And it obviously brings revenue.
Right.
It brings people that come to our restaurants.
Right. Which are fantastic.
Right. They'll stop somewhere. They'll get gas at our gas stations. It's all good. So I'm very happy about all that.
Good. So what made you want to become one of the leaders in the city and entering into the politics?
Great question.
Scene.
This is my favorite question. So the short answer is my children. Okay. I'm running for my children because I want to make Revere. I want to make sure Revere is and stays the type of place that I want to raise a family in. I have this expression. So sometimes when you tell people you're from Revere, you get the teeth.
I know, right?
The teeth.
Yeah.
Well, I want to change the teeth.
Right.
I want it to be, oh, you're from Revere?
Yeah, exactly.
Change it to a smile.
Sure.
I will never leave Revere. I do not want to leave Revere. I have no plans to leave Revere. My wife has no plans to leave Revere. We're dug in. And it needs to be the type of place that we're happy to raise our family in. There was also a lot of opportunity to kind of, not sneak in, but there's big changes going on in the city.
Right.
And now or never, kids.
I know, it's a major shift in the political scene.
Yeah. I mean, between the mayoral race, we have all the councils at large running.
Right.
Even school committees got to get shaken up.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
All the wards are going to be changing just about. So, I mean, it's going to be all fresh faces, all fresh ideas, all fresh input.
Right.
So, now's a good time.
Yeah, I think that the change is definitely needed. Generationally speaking, your mom, my mom, that generation saw, I think, kind of the same type of the same old, and now we want to change that. I mean, especially with the demographics of the city has changed.
Right.
And it has to be more representative of what's happening now.
Right. It's a living organism, right?
Yeah.
It's always growing, it's always changing. And we have to adapt because if we don't bend, we'll break.
Right.
So
I agree. 11 candidates, including you, right?
That's right.
Only 5 seats on the council.
5 seats on the council, baby.
So what sets you apart?
So that's a really tough question. This is the question I was most afraid of.
Uh-oh.
Yes, and I'll tell you why.
God, I'm going to stump him.
Yeah,
No.
you can try. There's a lot of like-minded individuals running, which tells me that there's a real call for a certain demographic. There's a lot of people that are concerned with the future of the city. They don't really care about right now. They don't really care about the past. They're looking forward. They want what's best down the line. And it's really difficult because I agree with pretty much every other candidate on most topics.
Okay.
So it's really hard to say, well, what sets me totally apart, because where I'm different than some, I'm like others, and vice versa.
Okay.
But why I think I am the right person for the job is my tenacious attitude and my background. My background, I've had leadership roles in almost all of my jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Whether I was the organizer of something or I was the manager of something.
Okay.
I've led teams of people through different professions throughout my life. I'm 37 years old, not that I've had a ton of experience.
Sure.
I don't have many gray hairs. But the experience I do have is with leadership.
Mm-hmm.
So I can get the band together and we can make some music.
Okay. So you're able to listen and appreciate other people's
Definitely.
values and opinions and work together.
Sure.
On a topic if need be.
Absolutely. And those are your words, but they should have come out of my mouth.
Well, I'm just summing you up a little bit.
Well, thank you.
You're very welcome.
That's a perfect way to describe it.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. My pleasure. What are the goals that you want to have as a community leader?
So one of my goals, my topmost goal, is the quality of life for all residents, no matter where they come from, what street they live on,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what their background is,
Mm-hmm.
no matter how much money they have in the bank. We gotta all have a quality of life, whatever that quality of life means.
Right.
If it means if it means that we have to be a little tighter on a noise ordinance because we have a lot of commotion going on over here, fine, do that. If it means have more community events where the children can go and play and meet the police,
Mm-hmm.
do that.
Right.
Each individual voter and non-voter has an opinion of what makes their life in Revere good. And if we can get some input from people,
Sure.
then we can figure out what our best practices will be.
Right. Okay. What do you want to see improve the most in the city?
I would love to see a lot more police presence.
Okay.
I think that right now we have a very bad vandalism problem. People are breaking into cars left and right. Let's face it, everybody got a Ring doorbell. Okay. I think that
My car was broken into.
right. Okay. Somebody tried to cut my catalytic converter.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. When I leave here today, you're gonna hear.
Oh.
Okay.
That's not good.
Yeah. Well, they must have got caught because they only cut it halfway through.
Okay.
The reason I know it was cut is because I looked at it and it's a perfect slice.
Wow.
People are destitute. People need money.
I know.
Somebody's not doing this because it's fun. They crawled on the ground and they're sawing metal
Yeah.
in the dark. God knows what hour.
Right.
So when I say police presence, it's not that they're not doing a good job, but they are certainly run thin right now.
Right.
And they're doing a damn good job with what they got. But I'd like to see a lot more maybe patrols.
Okay.
Even just having 2 extra patrols could lighten the load, and then when you make a call, they could get there quick. And it's not their fault. Look, they're short.
Mm-hmm.
So
Gotcha.
not just Revere. It's sort of everywhere.
Yeah, it is everywhere, unfortunately. What is something that most people may not know about you?
Now this one I was tossing and turning with. Okay, I'm of Sicilian background.
Okay, me too. Well,
Okay.
probably Sicilian.
You ready?
Don't hold that against me.
I don't eat fish.
Okay. Ooh. That's okay. A lot of people don't eat fish.
But you gotta understand, at
I
family
know,
dinner,
the Fisherman's Feast is this
at
weekend.
family, I got no business there.
More than
At
just
family
fish.
dinner, I know, I've been there many times. Many times at family dinner, I'm sitting there eating, and everybody else is gathered around over there. So everybody thinks that because I'm of Italian heritage, that I go for all that stuff, but I don't.
It's all good. You don't look malnourished, so
I'm not.
That's good. So we'll get you some. Maybe a little down the road you'll want to try some fish later.
I've eaten fish. I just don't like it.
That's fine. That's fine. All good. It's all good.
Did you know that about me?
No, I did not. Now I know. So thank you. I appreciate that. So I think that's going to be a wrap.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us today. I appreciate your time. Not like our travels are very far because we're all in Revere, right? But that's a wrap. Again, this is Danielle Lozzi-Ortiz, and I am at Emslada Real Estate, your local real estate brokerage. If you know of anyone that's looking for real estate needs, I'm your girl. You know, you can give me a call or you can email me at dlozzi05@gmail.com. My cell phone number is 617-285-0667. And if you want to get in touch with Stephen,
you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or you can email me at damiano.stephen.candidate@gmail.com. You can also call me at 781-284-0387.
Fantastic. So again, don't forget to go out for the preliminary votes at September 19th.
September 19th.
And then the regular voting day is November 7th. It's really important that we go out there and vote because we want to change things up and get those candidates in there that need to be in there. And it doesn't matter unless you vote. So please don't forget to vote. And again, my name is Danielle Lozzi-Ortiz for City Chit Chat. It's a mouthful. Thank you so much, and I appreciate it. And remember, always shop local and always be kind. Bye.